Everybody, it is Al, and I am going to read about Alex Jackson. Um, 33 years old. He was a farmer, disappeared in Maine. He used to drive to New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, like in that area. My understanding is that he would like drop things off, pick things up, move things for people. He was out driving with his dog. He was driving from Leeds, which I believe is in Maine, to Vermont, and he has not been found, but his dog was, so that's kind of odd. And he's been missing for, I don't know, what is it, 6, 8 weeks, something like that now? It's been a while. They've done searches, nobody's found him. His mom has been quoted saying, I think he went off the road. So we're going to ask if he went off the road. We're just going to ask a little bit about him. Our usuals, did he disappear on his own? That's very rare, but remember Ken DeLand, and the card showed he disappeared on his own, and sure enough, he had disappeared on his own. So it does happen. Could have been an accident, could have been foul play, could have been a suicide. I doubt it, but you got to ask all the questions. Or was it even a natural passing? These things happen. All right, so we're just going to get started. It's weird that the dog was found in North Yarmouth. I don't know why, but I feel like I should start with what happened to the dog. That's weird, but that's the first thing coming to me. So tell me about the dog. Tell me what happened to the dog. How did the dog, I don't know, end up in North Yarmouth? Yarmouth? Tell me about the dog. All right, so that's this one right here. Oh, well, that's like somebody taking it. Somebody took the dog, took it away. That's weird. I don't know why. I felt like I should ask about the dog, but yeah, looks like somebody took the dog. Let's go into what happened to him now. Now I'm questioning foul play. Tell me about, did he disappear on his own? Tell me about Mr. Alex Jackson. If you want to see a picture of him, that's him. Yeah, 33. He's young. And he had a mom and a girlfriend that he checked in with like all the time. So he doesn't sound like he just up and disappeared on his own, but stranger things have happened. Tell me about him disappearing on his own. Did he disappear on his own? This is my yes card, which is weird. But this is like a traveling going off. It's not the card I would expect to see with this guy, to be honest with you. That says YES. That's my yes card. And then he's like going off like befriending someone. Knight of Cups kind of is walking into water too, so I'm going to keep that in the back of my head. Let's read a little bit more. Tell me about this being an accident. I wasn't going to do a like dead or alive on this one, but now I kind of feel like I should. Is this an accident? Well, that's a judgment card, so it very well could have been an accident that led to not a good outcome. You can see these people, I don't really need to describe it. It's got like the Red Cross, right? It's got an angel calling people home. It's got people literally coming out of coffins. And I just realized this for the first time, but they're all floating on water. And I've never noticed that in this card, but I just did now. So the Knight of Cups. All right, I'm going to read this a little bit differently than I had before, only because now certain things are coming out to me. Like, I did ask about disappearing on his own, and we got these two cards, and I was like, that looks funny, but they're both cup cards, and cups stand for water. And this judgment card, I saw the kind of being called home and lots of water, and now water's really standing out to me. I still think somebody took the dog and went off with it. But kind of thinking this is an accident and he may be in water. So let's ask, that's where the cards are pointing. Let's ask about that. Tell me about him being in water. If I was land, I would probably get pentacles, you know, so usually my cups are my waters. Tell me about Alex being in water. I'm drawn to both of these. So this is a land card and a traveling card, which makes this reading even more confusing. Specifically not getting him being in water, but everything else alluded to that potential. These are getting an idea and going forth with it. You know, he wanted to make money. He was traveling. All right. We know that is true because he was traveling for his work. So let me expand on that a little bit. Maybe there's a story to be told here. Tell me a little bit more about, I'm just going to ask about, okay, so he's in his car, he's got an idea, he wants to make money, he's traveling. Tell us more about what happened to him. Let's just let the cards tell us. I don't know that, tell us more about what happened to Alex Jackson. Oops. I just wanted to pull up his picture again. I like to look at their picture because it helps me. A little bit more about what happened with Alex Jackson. I don't love the cards. I don't love them. So he's traveling. He's got an idea to make money. He's on the road for work. And then we get the devil and the lost card. So the devil is a card often of doing things maybe you shouldn't have done. They said he wasn't into drugs. They said he wasn't into drinking. This person is chained to a woman. I just feel like he may have gone kind of in the wrong direction. And I don't know if that was like in the wrong direction as in temptation in doing something he shouldn't have, or just literally in the wrong direction. But the devil there is making me question what happened. So I'm just going to ask if somebody else was involved in his passing. Tell me if someone else was involved in the passing. This is a strange case. Thank you for giving this one to me. Was someone else involved in this passing? It's a strange case. It sure is. Maybe two other people, potentially. We've got the water behind him again, so I'm still going back and forth with whether water was involved. This guy's making a decision. He could do this and he could do that. And it almost makes me feel like he could go right and he could go left. For some reason, that's what's coming to me. Maybe he took a different route than he normally does, is what's coming to me. He took a route by the water, I feel like. Scenic route. Okay, so we've got him going different ways, going in a different direction. I feel like he took the scenic route. He wanted to see the water. Both of these cards, he made the decision, and like, there must be water by there. I don't know much about it. I don't know where he was traveling. I have no clue where Leeds is. But there must be water because this guy's got water behind him and he makes the decision to kind of travel by the water. And this guy's got like, he's by the water too. We've been thrown back to water, but he made this decision, which wasn't a really good decision. I usually like to structure my readings and ask exactly what happened, but I'm just going to reiterate what the cards have given me. So he's working, got the Page of Pentacles. He wanted to make some money. He set off on his trip to do so. The Chariot, we know he was driving. He had a trailer on his truck. Then we have these odd cards of, you know, loss and temptation, but for some reason that came to me as going the wrong way. People who are tempted like go in the wrong direction, right? And for some reason, I'm equating that to he went in the wrong direction, turned in the wrong, went in a different direction than he normally would. Because he wanted to see the scenic route, he just made the decision. It's not like the area he was supposed to go in, but he wanted to be by the water. That's what I have so far. So I'm just going to ask for more. Tell me more about Alex Jackson and his him being missing. Tell me more about Alex Jackson and him being missing. Tell me more about. We've got kind of the story going here. What happened? What else happened? All right. So then we have the Hierophant, and then we have this whole partnership for wands. I'm just going to take a second to look at them because now we're jumping to this, and it's like, okay, this is different. Now we have kind of meeting people and maybe making his even his transaction. Do we know? Do we know if he got there? Looking for guidance? Okay. Could he have gotten lost? Doesn't this guy have GPS? I'm getting that he was looking for guidance. And it very well have may been through the people he was supposed to meet up with. Just like he made a wrong turn. He was kind of like looking for home, their home, looking for guidance. I hope they've checked cell phone records. He was supposed to go meet with people. So he's looking for guidance. It looks like he may have even asked someone. And then he went a different direction. Yeah, okay, wrong turn. Okay, we got that. And then he was looking for guidance. You know, sometimes you get out in those areas and your GPS doesn't work really well when you're really remote. What happened next with Alex? Alex Jackson. I don't usually read this way, but it's working, so I'm just going to continue. Tell me what happened next with Alex Jackson. Okay, so then he was traveling again, and I feel like he's going in a different direction again because we've got this often stands for compass to me. So he was kind of like, I feel like he felt a little like he was trying to make up time, and he was going in a, maybe he got back on course, figured out where he was supposed to be going. Usually the Wheel of Fortune is a turn in the right direction, a turn in a positive direction. Okay, so we have him asking for directions. I feel like he got them and was turning into the positive direction and trying to maybe make up time. So then what happened? What happened? We've got that. Alex Jackson, tell me what happened. And then we've got this kind of guy that's being a little greedy with money. Did he ever make it to these people's house? Do we know if he ever made it to those people's house? I don't know if that's him being concerned about the money he's supposed to make and like not being on time or something. We have a guy that's concerned about money. And it's not a whole lot of money. This guy doesn't have a whole lot. This is the Four of Pentacles. All right, so he's concerned about possibly this trip, right? He started out to make money. That was the whole goal. And now we have a guy that's kind of keeping everything real close to him. All right. Tell me more about Alex Jackson. And what else happened then? Tell us more about Alex Jackson. What else happened here? Okay. Now here we are again, looking for guidance and asking for directions and plans. So, and here we are with, I don't know why, this reminds me of the farm, the family farm. Um, him looking and trying to find his way to the family farm. That's what I keep getting. That's wherever he was going. There's dogs. There's this sense of he was on the right path. He's looking. He's going. Tell me what else with Alex Jackson. I mean, how can this guy just disappear? What else is happening here? Tell me what else is happening here with Alex Jackson. This is a card of somebody working really hard, trying to get through. Trying to get through. What's he trying to get through? Well, it's like he was working really hard trying to get through, but then there was this accident. He was working really hard trying to get through, but then there was an accident. Was there like a flooded road or something that he was trying to go through? Why was he having to go through this? He was trying to get through. Trying to get through. Did he take some weird road that was off in the, like one that's not traveled often and he couldn't get through and then there was an accident? He was on a weird course, not a normal course. Just going to ask a little bit more about this accident, if it's an accident. The tower card. Tell me more about that tower. He was trying to get through. He was having a hard time finding the place, trying to get through. And there was some kind of like catastrophe. Tell me more about this tower card. It was like, because here's the guide. He was trying to follow, I feel like he was trying to follow directions, because this is a guide, right? But they weren't right. Like, they were taking him like this guy is, the Page of Cups is like, he's not, he's very trying to figure things out and whimsical and fun and all that, but he's not serious. Wasn't quite right, The directions weren't right, but he was trying to get through. And there was an accident. The directions weren't right. He was trying to get through. There was an accident. I have so many cards here that I am going to shuffle again because I'm running totally out of room. We're going to start asking about where this guy can be found. He was trying to get through a place that, like, he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been trying to get through. I don't know if it was a flooded area, like a area that just where you get stuck, but there was an accident too. So I don't know if he went off the road into. I know his mom did say she thought he went off the road, and I guess there's some areas where you can really go off the road, and that's unfortunately kind of where I'm going with this too. Did he go off the road? Tell us about Alex Jackson going off the road. It's kind of looked like what happened. Tell us about Alex Jackson going off the road. This is weird. You guys saw me just shuffle, right? And remember, we just pulled these cards. Why are we pulling them again just like that? I just shuffled. Like, it's kind of weird. I'm just saying. It feels like he did go off the road. It feels like it wasn't too far from the place he was supposed to be meeting people. And it looks like he was trying to follow follow the guidance he was given, but it wasn't good. But it feels like it's not too far. Let me ask that question. Is it not too far from where he was going? Tell me about it being kind of closer to where he was going. I don't know how many hours into the trip he was. Sounds like he just never showed up. I don't know if he was going there. Yeah. Was this closer to where he was going? Again, the water. The King of Cups. You think I didn't even shuffle last time, right? Again, the water. It's closer to the water. He was on his way. He was following these directions he was given. He was closer to the water. And I mean, he may have tried to even go through water. I'm just saying that because the king is literally like floating on water. I don't know, was he driving at night? I think about Kylie Rodney, how she was driving at night and she went the wrong way and went into the water, not realizing. Was he driving at night? Could it have been just something like that? Or was he driving during the day? We'll have to look that up. It sounded like he was worried about maybe the time it was taking and the money. And, you know, we saw that Four of Pentacles. Feels like there was an accident, something with the road, something by the water. Let's ask if he tried to go through the water, because we did get on the road before. Did he try to go through water, or what happened here? So this feels like he was, I always think of the wands as woods and harmed, like, you know, his head's bandaged. He have been in the woods, live water. I keep getting pointed to like he took the route by the water. Let's just ask where he can be found. Where can Alex Jackson be found? Where can he be found? If I have enough time, I don't think it's going to be today, and he's not found, I'll do that whole 12-3, you know, that one. Where can he be found, and do more of a psychic reading on this, see what I get. Not cards. I feel like he can be found, and I feel like he will be found, because this is my You're Going to Be Found card. Ace of Swords. Is there a campground around there? I got campground before. In my mind, I didn't say it. And now I see this card always reminds me of people trying to put up a tent and going on all different directions. That's kind of what a lot of people equate this card to. Is there some sort of wooded area by a campground up? Something of that nature? Because these people are going in all different directions, and it feels like he went in all different directions. I think he got lost, which is weird. I don't know if this was yeah, he took a different way. He took a different way. That's why. I think eventually he's going to be found. It's just he went in these weird directions that aren't the direction they thought he would have taken. Let's ask for the closest known landmark. Tell us about the closest known landmark. Alex Jackson. Let me get a picture of him up again so I can look at him. Give me the closest known landmark to Alex Jackson. That is the World card. That is a card of success, of completion. I hope this isn't telling us that he has completed his journey in this world. Sometimes it does mean that, especially when we got the Judgment card before. And if you notice, this card has Judgment is being called home. This card has the same little creatures that the Judgment card has, so it sort of is tying into that. Laurel wreath is you've completed your journey successfully. here. And we're getting that as closest known landmark. So once again, I'm going to ask that question. What is, give me a card for landmarks around Alex Jackson. Well, he may, while the cards are looting, that, you know, something may have happened. I guess we all know that by now. Give me the closest known landmark to Mr. Alex Jackson. Closest known landmark. Closest known landmark. Hangman is, it's going to be just a little bit. It's the hangman means. But he is going to be discovered. I think it's going to be outside, possibly in a park, remote type area. We have a mountain back here where it's cooler. We have kind of a, this always reminds me of a park setting, and we got that whole, do people camp around there? Is there something like that going on? It looks pretty remote. I feel like he's outside, and I feel like it's going to be a little bit of time. Such an odd thing. Advice to searchers. Let's ask for that. Is there advice for searchers? I'm seeing the Fool card of kind of like people hiking. Hiking. Yeah, I'm seeing the Fool card in my head. So it could be that people are hiking that find him. Advice to searchers. I know, I feel like go down these weird remote roads. Well, this one is Look by the Water. So now we've got the Queen of Cups and the Six of Swords, like trying to cross water. So I'm getting like mixed cards here. Truly, I am. Usually there's a meaning for that. I think of Madeline Kingsbury. I got that she was on the ground, but I could feel her hair was wet. You know, it was kind of weird. I'm like, I'm feeling water, but I'm feeling ground too. Well, she was found like in one of those, you know, under the road, how there's that circular structure that can move water from, it's like a pipe or I don't know what to call it. I think they called it a culvert, but it moves water from one side of the road underneath the road to the other side of the road if it's wet down there and mucky, you know, to let water pass under the road. And she was found in that. He had like put grass and sticks and stuff trying to hide her. And I got muddy, marshy. Well, that was kind of what the ground was like, you know, under her. So I feel like I'm getting the same mixed messages here. I feel like he's in the woods. But I also feel like there's okay, so advice to searchers. This is what I'm getting. I think if you went to look up routes on his computer, he may have searched this different route. Or on his phone. I guess nobody has his phone, do they? If he had a computer, he may not. I feel like he searched this other route though. And it was by the water. And it looks like he was trying to go like maybe even over water, around water, something like that. And he just went, I know he went in the wrong direction. Just went in the wrong direction. But it's weird because I'm sort of getting like land cards too. I ask a little bit more about that for advice to searchers. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I feel like he was on the road. There was an accident. Maybe he's sort of close to the water? Give me advice to searchers. Well, here's this guy, and he's looking at the world. I feel like look for his directions. There's something about his directions. He asked somebody for directions. Somebody gave him directions, I feel. And whoever that is, if that person would step forward. But it was like how to get over the water. Maybe he couldn't find the bridge or the. It was just like he was trying to. He's trying to go that way. He was trying to find this house. So, not too far from where he was going, he was trying to find a way to get like over around some water. He took the scenic route, but now he's kind of stuck with this whole I don't know how to get around this water. I don't think he would have tried to go through it, would he have? There was something with him around the water and trying to bypass it. And some sort of accident around there. Some sort of accident around there. I'm going to ask for a little bit more information. If there's anything more we need to know, we'll just ask for that. It feels like it's not horribly far from either. I guess this could be his house, but I feel like he's lost, so it's probably close to the other house where he's supposed to go. Any other information we need to know? And that's being afraid. And like the high priestess is often a hidden thing, so her thing reminds me of water. I feel like he was anxious, scared, worried. May have tried to go over a little bit of water like she's doing in this card. And there were issues with that. Now I feel like he's hidden because the high priestess is, she hides things. She's a secret. So it's like he's hidden in this hard to find place. I'm just going to ask for any more information about where he is, where he can be found. Something that would point people, something around that I may not even know, but other people might see that. Something that would point people in the right direction. Something that would point, I'm getting the campground in my head again, something that would point people in the right direction. This is him making that decision again to go in a different way for work. Something that people would need to know. Alternative routes. Alternative routes from what he normally took. Look for alternative routes, things that turn off in different directions off the route he might have normally taken that are going towards the water. That's the best I'm getting with this one. I am getting something about this 8 in this card as well, kind of speaking to me. Something about the 8 in this card. Again, I don't know the area, so I'm not going to know what that means. He can be found, he will be found. I feel like it's not too far from campground, and it's not maybe too terribly far from where he was, his destination. Or definitely on his way to his destination. Let's ask about somebody took the dog. We saw that. They picked it up, I think, and just took it. But tell me more about how the dog ended up where it did, because that's weird. Tell me more about the dog. Tell me more about how the dog ended up in your mouth. Well, the death card's never good. Um, and this is a card like trying to make plans and go, you know, follow your plans. Something happened. I don't know. It doesn't look great to me. It doesn't look great to me. It just doesn't look great. Hmm. It's like he was trying to follow his plans, but then something that great happened. Well, so someone found the dog, I take it. I think the dog had no choice but to kind of go somewhere else. It's too bad no one's stepping up because the dog had a different color, it sounds like. Tell me about more about this dog. That is the truth, what just came out. So, I think something happened. Okay. Tell me more about how the dog got to your mouth. Tell me more about how the dog got to your mouth. I think this was an accident from what I'm seeing. Tell me more about how the dog got to your mouth. This is the card of disappearance, so I do feel like he disappeared, and we know that, and he's kind of hidden in a weird spot. So we know that. I feel like down. So the dog got picked up by somebody? Tell me more about this dog situation. Getting picked up by someone else? Looked like somebody took the dog. Tell me more about the dog. Keeps going back to him. The cards really want to talk about him and not the dog. I think the dog freaked out and ran. That's both cards are showing me that. Which dogs do in accidents? It happens. I think there was an accident. The dog freaked out and just ran, and ran fast, and may have been found. It looks like by somebody. That's the best I can get on the dog. Somebody traveling. Both the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands are people traveling. And looks like somebody traveling found dog. Okay, well, this is not the cheeriest reading, but you know, sometimes we do get good news. We just don't feel it today. Kind of sad. Didn't take his normal route. Went on a scenic route, kind of by the water. Was trying to get around the water. Something about the water and couldn't get around the water. I think he took some weird roads. Tried to go through something he shouldn't have tried to go through. And ended up having some sort of like accident type situation. I didn't get a great answer on where he is, unfortunately. I got things like he's on his way to that person's house. He's trying to cross some water. He may be by a campground. It's not the greatest. I wish there was more. Like I said, maybe I'll do some psychic reading on him when I have time. Probably not today. But that's the best I can do for Alex Jackson as of now. And let's just hope peace found. All right.